tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out, tearing out.
Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all so much. This is Chanel, the Ascending Infinite Goddess. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Our channel is still growing. Thank you everyone who has supported me through my YouTube channel, who's been booking sessions with me. I've seen an uptick in that, so I appreciate and I love you all sincerely. I do not take it lightly that you come to me to hear my words, to hear my knowledge, to hear my experiences. I really do appreciate it. So today on this a beautiful Thursday, this Thursday, this Jupiter day, this day where money reigns supreme, we are going to talk about just that. We're going to talk about different ways that you can, or different things you can do to help increase your cash flow, to help track your income, to help make sure that you are managing and you are in control of your money. And I feel we are in need of this. I mean, everybody needs it. I don't care how much money you make now. Unless you have a steady flow of money that will never end, will never cease, that is recession proof, that is up in the top 10% of the nation, where you are earning like 9 figures, you can always have more money coming in. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're making 6 figures now, or you're a millionaire, or a quadrillionaire. It doesn't matter. You can always have more money, because the more things you want to do, the more money it takes, right? So, in 2020, we saw a recession. We saw our market hit the likes of the Great Depression. And I have been saying that this was going to happen since 2017. Not everybody listened to me when I was in the financial industry and I saw it coming. We had too high of a ride. We didn't have any dips during Obama. He was doing some stuff and it kept our market going, but you have to have downs with the ups. So we had such a high up, we came crashing down, but it was kind of covered up and concealed with COVID. But just like the Great Depression, not everybody was flat out broke. You did have some people come up as millionaires. There were more millionaires made during that time than any other time in our history. As a matter of fact, being a millionaire is now like the 6-figure earner. It's not uncommon for you to meet a millionaire. All right, once upon a time it was very rare to meet a millionaire, but now it's like a dime a dozen, okay? Because of all the different ways that you can invest your money, that you can have your money move and flow. Remember, money is liquid, it's water, it's a currency, and currency is steady moving. So if you are keeping your money in the bank, right, like the banks of the water, what do the banks do? They just sit there and they get algae and they get dust and they get all the other types of stuff. It's not really bubbling and popping. It's stagnant, right? Just like the bank. The bank is giving you less than 1%, less than 0.5% interest return on your money. You can take $100 and put it in the bank and you will earn 1 penny on that in a year. That's not doing anything for you. Money is for quick access, things that you need, like it looks good, boom. But that's not really a good savings. If you do want to keep your money in a savings, in a bank, in a savings account, I suggest that you use a high interest yielding savings account. Barclays is our go-to. Now, it is all online here in the United States, but if you're in Europe or other countries, you know, Barclays is everywhere. They do have some ATMs in New York, because, you know, New York is the melting pot for everywhere. And also some places here in Florida, you will find some ATMs for Barclays, but you will not find a physical location. But they give the best interest rate. Ally is also trying to give them a run for their money. Ally, A-L-L-Y. But Barclays is what I use, what my children use. As soon as they turn 18, all their savings, I say put it in Barclays. It's also good because it's an online bank with no physical branch. So when you have an emergency, what you need to tap into your savings for, you actually have to wait. You got to wait 24 hours to transfer it into your traditional bank. So it's like, do I really need this? Do I really need this money? Nah, I probably don't, right? It makes you double think and it helps you be a better saver. Now, if you are looking to not have your money like in a traditional savings account, you just want to have some type of savings, look into investments. Roth IRAs are good. It's not my go-to, but they are good. They do serve your purpose. They are tax um, deferred. There's no tax on your growth when you have Roth IRAs. You do need to check with your financial institution to see what type of Roth IRA they provide. But the indexed Roth IRAs are great because you get greater, highest interest growth on it. Now, my number one go-to savings, what I'm doing for our little one that's in there, our 7-month-old, life insurance. As soon as he got his social and his birth certificate, yes, we have him registered. We're not playing that paper more stuff because they got laws for that too. So you cannot sit here and say, oh, I'm not going to be in the grid, because if you want to live, if you want to do anything, you got to have a social and a birth certificate. So don't come in my comments about anything like that. Anyway, as soon as he got his, we went and got him a life insurance policy. Okay, he is worth 7 figures. We got that immediately. We did it where we paid off in 15 years, and by the time he's 15, he will have 6 figures in there, because the interest that's growing on it is 11, 12%. Okay, and by the time he grows up, it's going to do nothing but go up with him. So whole life term life insurance is not going to give you that. Term life insurance does have its benefits, but if you get a term life insurance policy, it's better for you to get it while you're young. I hate when I hear people or hear people say, I'm too young to get life insurance. What do you mean? Kids die all the time. Our young men are getting gunned down all the time. Our young women are dying in childbirth. So I don't want to hear that you're too young. Like my grandfather says, the graveyard has headstones of all size, meaning at any age can pass. All right? So if you get term life insurance, try to get one with living benefits. Living benefits will pay out in the event that you have a disease. During COVID, when people were getting hit with that disease, my clients who had a term life insurance policy with chronic, critical, and terminal illness riders, they got a payout of up to 40% of their face value. And I did not sell, well, I tried not to sell, as long as you're qualified. I tried not to sell any term life insurance policies less than $250,000. So if you had a $250,000 policy and you were hit with COVID, which is considered as a chronic illness. Chronic meaning it's never going away. You're going to have it forever. Okay, it's going to be in your body forever. That should tell you something. They were paying out up to 40% of the face value. You do the math, but that's free money and it's not taxable. If you've ever been on state benefits, I used to, not anymore, but if you've ever been on state benefits, you know that they ask you, what assets do you have? Do you have a bank account? Do you have life insurance? They want to know what your life insurance is. They can't count it against you when you're getting your benefits, but they can say, oh, she has an asset. So if we ever have to go against this individual, they have this asset. Okay, life insurance is an asset. You want more appreciating assets, meaning assets that's going to bring you money, that's going to appreciate value and not depreciating assets. Okay, so life insurance, one of those things. But not just life insurance, insurance period. I was in life insurance, health insurance. That's what my license was in when I was doing finance. But my husband has his property insurance license that he got because he realized, wait a minute, this insurance is a thing, right? So he can do auto insurance and property insurance, but he sticks with the property. And basically, whenever there's a disaster, he's independent. He doesn't have any company. He's independent. He takes contracts based off what he wants to do. Sometimes, like the contract I'm not going to talk money, but the contract that he's on now, that he's been on since Mother's Day, he's in Pennsylvania, and he's contracting with a well-known insurance company, very well-known, like top 2 of the Fortune 500 insurance companies. He's contracting with them, and he goes in the field, means he inspects people's roofs, he climbs on their roofs, he goes in their house, he sees what the damage is, he writes it up, he estimates it, issues payments to them. That contract is until all the claims run out, but it pays really, really well, to the tune where he only works like half the year, right? Like Mother's Day, Well, he went out a month before. He took a contract for 1 month in April until Mother's Day when this one came up. But last year, he came home from Halloween and stayed until April and didn't work. He didn't do anything because we had so much money saved up. Okay? So insurance is the way to go. This country, United States, we're not letting that go. That's what helped a lot of people in the Great Depression. J.C. Penney, Disney, all that, their money came from insurance. J.C. Penney wouldn't be around without it. Disney would not be around without it, okay, because they were able to tap into insurance policies to help them get going. Next is real estate. Listen, we have so much real estate, but a lot of us are like, I don't want to live in the inner city. It's riddled with crime. Who's pushing the crime? Nothing but us, so we can change that. But if you keep the houses that you inherit and just gradually work on them or demolish them and build them up like we did, or you just keep the land and you say, you know what, I don't even want to live in the house. I'm going to rent it out Airbnb, or I'm going to rent it to monthly renters, or I'm just going to plant a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to knock down the house and I'm going to plant trees. I'm going to plant hemp. I'm going to plant all these stuff and grow it and then sell it. You know how much money you can make from that? Owning land and property is so high value. And if you are looking for places to buy, if you're looking for lots, just make sure that the earth is fertile. So if you're looking to buy a piece of land, a piece of property, just make sure the land can grow something, or it has a lake, or is near a hospital. If you see a hospital being built, you know that that area is about to boom, because you're not putting hospital places where people aren't going to be. That's some tidbits for looking for land, for looking for property. Look at these tax deed liens. A lot of people do not pay their taxes, so property goes up on the block and you can come in and buy it at a discounted price. Or if you go in and you say, you know what, I'm going to pay the taxes, and then the person comes in and says, no, I got the money finally, you just earned 18% on your money. That's how tax deed liens work. Research it. It's easier said than done because a lot of people don't want to research it. But property is another foolproof way to have income always coming in. Plus, if anything happens and you own property, guess what? You'll always have somewhere to go. You'll always have somewhere to go to. All right? Up north, Midwest, a lot of property is cheap, 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 cheap. My husband's sending me houses that are like $12,000. The house is in, disarray or needs some fixing up. But if you can buy a piece of property for $12,000, man, get out of here, okay? Get on that. Invest in those things. Next is gold. Gold and silver, precious metals. Invest in that. Working on the stock market is always good as well. Right now, at this point in time, aluminum is good to invest in. Those precious metals, like I said, are good to invest in. Tech companies, marijuana companies, good to invest in. It's the next big boom. Cryptocurrency is hit or miss, okay? You got to do your own research on that. We own cryptocurrency, but that's all my husband's arena. But cryptocurrency is good. I will say I have seen the fruits of that labor, okay? But you have to understand, invest in it. Turn off these stupid reality TV shows, cut off Netflix, watch something that's going to build your mind. Read something that's going to build your mind and help teach you how to invest in these new things. In the new paradigm, digital currency exists. Now, I don't feel that in the United States they're going to allow the citizens, they're not going to allow the government to turn it into what China has with this whole social economic status, right, where everything is digital. I don't think we're going to allow that to happen, because we know cash is king and we're not going to allow our liberties just to go. But cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. So look to invest in that. It's part of the new paradigm. That's something that will help you, okay? Now, on the energy side, some things you can do in the astral and the ether realms to help get things going. I did a whole video about cinnamon boils. Cinnamon is great to bring in abundance. Bay leaves, great to bring in money. Basil, great to bring in money. Some stones, moldavite. I would have showed it, but I never take it out my wallet, and I really don't want to show it to anybody. So there's a piece of moldavite my husband brought me. You got to make sure it's real. But moldavite in your wallet always bring you money. Pyrite, good for good luck, okay? It's good. I wish it would focus. It looks like fool's gold, but is good for bringing in money and abundance. It's good for that masculine energy, which at this point in time, money is connected to masculine energy. Red jasper, also good for abundance and good luck, okay, bringing in prosperity. This oil that I have, Jezebel oil, I wish this camera would focus, but it's called Jezebel